It doesn't really come as a surprise to us that Taylor Swift can potentially start a war between countries. But jokes aside, she has actually started a pretty intense conflict in Asia, and it's getting serious by the day. So here's everything you need to know about why Taylor Swift is the reason behind the Singapore versus Philippines conflict. So, Tay-Tay is very obviously having the best time in Singapore as she has kicked off her tour with jam-packed stadiums. Her first 3 concerts were insanely popular, but that's when the problem really started. It was a big shocker for all the Swifties to know that Taylor Swift is only performing in Singapore, and so many of her diehard fans traveled to Singapore from all across Asia. The Swifties couldn't miss this chance, and that's why thousands of people flew into Singapore, unbelievably increasing their tourism and bringing them millions of dollars. But there was something sus about the whole situation, because why would Taylor not want to perform in any other Asian countries? Well, as it turns out, Singapore knew the impact of Taylor Swift and how it could transform their tourism industry. So they worked out a deal with Taylor Swift where in all of Asia, she could only perform in Singapore. This turned Singapore into a must-visit place for all the Swifties. Sounds pretty reasonable, right? But the problem started when other countries started to raise their voice against this and started calling Singapore's tactic as selfish. But the country that retaliated the most was the Philippines. They just weren't having it, and one particular lawmaker from the Philippines even said that Singapore wasn't being very neighborly by signing this deal with Taylor. The country is also planning on hosting an official protest with the Foreign Affairs Department, and they'll be raising concern about Singapore's deal with Taylor Swift. The Philippine officials think that the Singaporean deal is a betrayal, and it's hurtful because neighboring countries are supposed to be friends. The Philippines isn't the only country that's speaking out against this Taylor Swift shady deal. Thailand authorities also raised their voice. According to reports, Thailand was expecting to host a couple of Taylor Swift concerts, but they were surprised to discover that she wasn't coming to Thailand for even one single concert, and all her shows will only be in Singapore. Then the Thailand officials talked to the tour company of Taylor Swift and asked them the reason why she wasn't coming. They thought it was some security concern, which they could easily cater to. However, they found out that Singapore has gotten Taylor Swift to sign a deal in which it's clearly written that she'll only be performing in Singapore. I wonder how much they paid Taylor for this. Taylor's fans from all major Asian countries were pretty skeptical as to why she decided to sign this deal, because a tour across Asia would have been massive. And to think that Asian people never really get to see Taylor performing live, it was a huge opportunity for the Swifties. But those who can't afford to fly all the way to Singapore had to make do with watching her shows on YouTube or Instagram. But it would be fair to say that the Taylor Swift concerts in Singapore are creating a lot of tension in Southeast Asia. In fact, they're majorly affecting the ties between some of the most influential countries. Experts think that the next time Taylor could schedule some of her tours in other countries of Asia, but as of now, it's impossible for her to travel anywhere else because of this shady deal. Some fans are majorly criticizing Singapore for this deal and for not thinking about all the Swifties across Asia. But let's be fair, Singaporean authorities had to think about their own country first, and they surely made the best decision because their tourism has skyrocketed ever since Taylor Swift announced her concerts. Everything from their hotel industry to local cafes and famous tourist spots are booming, and that's exactly what Singapore had in mind when they decided to sign this deal with Taylor Swift. Besides, Taylor isn't really letting all this bad blood impact her performance during the concerts because she's having the best time. The fans are really enjoying her shows, and she continues to be the breath of fresh air for the fans. Well, at least the fans in Singapore. Some people think that she'll soon be singing a few verses of her upcoming album in one of her shows, but that's for time to tell. For now, do you think Taylor Swift's concerts will change Singapore and the Philippines' diplomatic relations for the worse? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon to get the latest celebrity news and gossip. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thanks for watching.